Why didn't the timeline reset when Barry destroyed the dagger? This is a timeline problem in Season 5 that nobody ever addresses. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Because this isn't just a tiny inconsistency. It's something that should have rewritten the entire season the moment it happened. Destroying the dagger means it never exists beyond that point.
So if we get rid of the dagger now, it disappears in the future.
That's why it instantly disappears off the Reverse Flash's chest. Now that part makes sense. But here's the issue nobody talks about. If the dagger never exists, it never gets used to imprison Thawne in the first place.
This dagger is the only thing keeping the Reverse Flash in prison.
And if Thawne is never imprisoned, then Nora never goes to him for help.
Please, I need your help.
If Nora never goes to him, she never travels back. And if she never travels back, she never interacts with Team Flash, never becomes a hero, never interferes with the satellite, and never shifts the timeline. Which means Season 5, as we know it, shouldn't exist. At all. So why didn't any of this reset? Maybe the timeline needed time to catch up. The same way it needed to catch up with Savitar when he failed to kill Iris and HR died instead. That reset didn't happen instantly. But here's the contradiction. Why did the dagger erase instantly, but Nora's existence didn't? Why did one timeline change catch up immediately, and the other didn't catch up at all? This is where the logic breaks. Because the timeline didn't reset, it stayed altered. In a way you can strongly argue it was never supposed to. We never got the timeline where Nora doesn't interfere.
Yeah, ever since Nora got here, things have changed a bit.
We never got David Hirsch as Cicada. We never see Arrow, Supergirl, and even the Legends help Barry fight Cicada.
Even the League tried, but no one was successful.
Instead, we get Crisis early. And that raises a bigger question. If Thawne always brags about manipulating the timeline better than anybody,
I am the only speedster that knows how to manipulate the timeline. I am the only speedster who knows what he's doing!
How did he pull this off? This is where things get interesting. Do you remember in Season 1, Episode 23, when Thawne says he hates Barry in a future, not the future?
I hate you.
In the future.
In a future, yes.
That line means something. It implies the future he's trying to return to doesn't exist anymore. And Thawne knows it, which leads into my theory. I think Thawne was trying to return to a timeline where he never goes back in time to kill Barry's mom. But that creates a paradox. The version of Thawne we're watching only exists because he did kill her. So in order for this Thawne to exist and still reach the future he wants, the timeline he's in right now has to stay intact, meaning he can't undo the act that created him. He needs both timelines alive at the same time, so he ties them together. And I think that's exactly what he did in 2049. I think Thawne manipulated events, so the moment the dagger disappears connects directly to a timeline where the dagger never gets destroyed. A single intersection point that keeps both realities stable. And if he's smart enough to do that, why not prevent being captured at all? Because for Thawne, erasing a version of Barry's daughter is a reward. He's always said that killing Barry, whether physically or emotionally, is his life's work.
I will find a way to destroy you and everyone you love!
15 years of sitting in a cell is nothing if it means watching Barry lose the one thing he can't replace. Now here's how I think he actually anchored himself to another timeline. Do you remember in Season 2 when Wally says,
"For every decision you make, a universe exists where you don't"?
If that applies to universes, it can probably apply to timelines too. Once Thawne finds a timeline where the dagger still exists, he uses a reworked quantum splicer, originally meant to splice Savitar throughout time, to connect those two timelines instead, not all of time, just two branches. That's all he needs. Find the timeline using his speed, whether through time travel or universe hopping, then splice them together to ensure his plan holds. But that leaves one last question. When did Thawne have time to do this? 2034? If so, how did that version of Thawne even know to prepare for something he hadn't experienced yet? Did 2049 Thawne interact with a past version of himself and warn him? Or did Thawne set the anchor long before either imprisonment even happened? That's the part I'll leave to you. All I know is this. It's insane how intelligent Thawne is. Intelligent enough to stitch timelines together, save himself, and avoid collapsing history. And it honestly shows how nerfed he is on screen because technically his plans should always work. He's a master manipulator playing 4D chess with time itself. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.